I'm excited to see how many of you this video triggers. Is Stetson Bennett a Heisman candidate this year? Some odds have been released. We'll talk about those odds and what they mean. But is Stetson Bennett a legitimate candidate to win the Heisman Trophy this year? Can he bring the Heisman Trophy to Athens? If it's going to happen, is it going to be him? And who are his competitors? A lot of you guys are going to tell me, no, it's not possible. I'll look at both sides. Ryan Culler from Dog Post here, bringing you all the details on Stetson Bennett, the Heisman Trophy, the Georgia Bulldogs, and beyond for Dog Post and dogpost.com. Before I get into it, make sure you're checking out DAWGSTRUCTION so you can look at cool pictures of the guy we're going to talk about and so many more. Our insider look at the 2021 National Championship game. A lot of cool stuff you don't want to miss. Inside stuff. Art from Dean Legge. DAWGSTRUCTION, it's down below. Stetson Bennett, the mailman. Is he the Heisman Trophy winner in 2022? I don't think so. Probably not, right? I'm going to guess no. But we have to look at the argument, and let's just start off looking at some of these odds. Pro Football Focus released some odds recently, and it's got a bunch of quarterbacks on here. And I'll pull up some other odds while we're here, but Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud obviously are the number one guys. But Pro Football Focus looked at some of their favorite value bets, right? But if you talk to all these experts, if you look at their predictions, all of them are saying that Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud's going to win the Heisman, and I think it probably will be one of those guys. It very well could be a back-to-back Heisman Trophy winning campaign for Bryce Young. And C.J. Stroud, he's got a really great receiver in Jackson Smith-Njigba, and I think he's a really great player. Let's hope the Falcons get one of those guys next year, right? All you Falcons fans? Value bets. Let's look at the value bets. 12-1 odds for Caleb Williams, the USC quarterback. Not impossible, but I don't know if Lincoln Riley's going to have USC at that point in year one. It's hard to do that in year one. Just jump in and be a playoff contending type of team. If you're looking at these Heisman Trophy winners the last few years, you know what? Here's another way to look at it. Because Georgia's a playoff team, and that adds to the Stetson Bennett argument. Let's look at Heisman Trophy winners. Let's look at it like this. All right. Since the playoff is a thing, who have been the Heisman Trophy winners? Have they been on a playoff team or not? 2014, Marcus Mariota, playoff team, Oregon. 2015, Derrick Henry, playoff team, Alabama. 2016, not a playoff team, Louisville, Lamar Jackson. Baker Mayfield, 2017 playoff team. Kyler Murray, 2018 playoff team. Joe Burrow, 2019 playoff team. Devontae Smith, that's 6, 2020 playoff team. And then Bryce Young, obviously, last year. So only one since 2014, and that was Lamar Jackson, was a Heisman Trophy winner for a non-playoff team. Will that happen again? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think USC is going to make the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to be ready. I think they'll be good. I don't think they'll be bad, but I don't know if they're going to be ready to make the playoffs. We'll see. I can always be proven wrong. So I'm going to say I don't think it's going to be Caleb Williams because he's going to have a crazy season. Quinn Ewers, Texas? Is Texas back? Probably not. But a lot of people think Texas could go 11-1. We all know what happened in New Orleans a couple years ago. We're back. All the jokes and the memes, they're funny. All right, they're funny. And I think Texas fans are usually kind of delusional about whether or not they're back or not. But it looks like they're taking a good step. Steve Sarkisian, I thought, was a good hire. Quinn Ewers is supposed to be a special talent. Let's see what he does as the starting quarterback. We know they've got Bijan Robinson, the running back, really good. They're going to have good receivers. Texas could have a good season. I don't think it's impossible that Quinn Ewers wins that trophy. 40-1 odds for him. Clemson, Cade Klubnik. If he starts, 151, I don't know. Spencer Rattler, South Carolina, 51, I don't know. Sam Hartman, Wake Forest, I doubt. 61 odds. J.J. McCarthy, Michigan quarterback, 101 odds. No. Scroll down the list a little bit more. Stetson Bennett, 200-1 odds to win the Heisman Trophy. So we have a lot of doubters here for Stetson Bennett. Let's look at both sides of the argument. Let's look at both sides. I'll start with the anti-Stetson's going to win the Heisman argument. I'll start with there's no way. I don't know if Georgia's offense, and I've gone on here and said this probably a couple times, I don't know if Georgia's offense, the way that it's ran nowadays, it presents a Heisman Trophy candidate. Because look at how stacked they are and how thin the ball is going to be spread out, all right? Brock Bowers having the season he had, that doesn't happen for Georgia pass catchers very often. And he was a freshman tight end. But I think it's one of those too many mouths to feed, not enough to go around. And Stetson Bennett's not going to have to throw the ball that much because they're going to pound the ball to Kenny McIntosh and Kelvin Milton. And then you look, and are those guys going to get enough touches to be a Heisman contender? Probably not. Is A.D. Mitchell really going to get that many receptions? I think A.D. Mitchell's a great talent, but I don't think he'd be a Heisman-winning receiver. Eric Gilbert, Brock Bowers, so I don't know. So Stetson Bennett, I just think the way that the offense is ran, I don't think they'll be passing enough for him to really get consideration stats-wise, right? Because how much better statistically can he do than last year if they play similarly? He had 2,800 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks. Pretty good season. So he'd have to build off that. But, I mean, Bryce Young threw for over 4,000 yards, and then you look, Joe Burrow had the crazy season. But the Heisman winners are putting up bigger numbers, and I don't think Stetson Bennett is going to be a big numbers guy in the offense that they're in. And, sorry to say it, it's true, Stetson Bennett isn't quite as talented as those guys. He's just not. He's a good quarterback, and he's a champion. He's a champion. But the raw talent level is not there when you look at the other guys. So let's flip it around. What makes him a Heisman contender? And it's kind of almost the same thing as what makes him not. Look at who he has to throw to. I think Georgia can put up 40, 45 points a game. They put up 38 last year. If Georgia decides to run a more pass-heavy offense, he could be putting up crazy numbers. I just don't think it's going to be that way. But it's possible. 200 to 1 odds. I guess that's a good value bet. Because you're going to have guys like Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud and Bijan Robinson, guys like that. Will Anderson has better odds than him. So, value bet, Stetson Bennett is a good pick for the Heisman Trophy. But, can he do it? And it's very dependent on what Todd Monken and Kirby Smart decide to do with this offense. And I'm going to say it is possible for Stetson Bennett to win the Heisman Trophy. Because he's got the guys to throw to, and he has the system that caters him to succeed. It's just a matter of if he's going to have the numbers. I think it's almost the same, it comes down to system and what you have around you. And I just don't think he's going to be throwing enough. But if they do, and Georgia's undefeated, is he really not a Heisman Trophy candidate? He's going to have a couple rushing touchdowns, I feel like. He likes to get in there. He runs a little bit more than your average quarterback. So it is possible. I say it's possible. I'm not saying it's likely, but it can be done, and it might be a good value bet at 200 to 1 odds. I'm not super into sports betting, but if you look, is it really that bad of a bet with some of these other guys? I don't know. I think that if you want to lay your money down, maybe. I don't know. I'm not advising any bets. Definitely not on here to say that. But is Stetson Bennett winning the Heisman Trophy that crazy if Georgia does it? No. Is he going to do it? I don't think so. It's fun to talk about, though. And I love triggering people, and I feel like this video is going to have some of you triggered. So let me know down below. What's the % chance that Stetson Bennett can do it? That's my question for you. And make sure you're going to dogpost.com and make sure you're checking out DAWGSTRUCTION.